Hello, and thank you for joining us on Kisses and Crumbs, where we talk about all the kisses and crumbs of marriage. I'm Jalivia Northern.
And I'm Dr. Bobby Northern. And today we have the honor of welcoming Bobby and Barbara from New Jersey.
Yay!
Hello.
Yay.
All right, Bobby and Barbara are special guests because they are my parents. Bobby and Barbara are from New Jersey. Bobby is originally from North Carolina and has been working as a motor coach operator for 48 years. In his spare time, he serves his church by volunteering in their food pantry outreach ministry. Barbara, affectionately known as Mumsy,
Mumsy.
is originally from New York City and has been working as a licensed cosmetologist that has also owned her own salon for 30 years. She's a prayer warrior who intercedes for people that are in need. Welcome.
Yay!
Yeah.
We're glad to be here.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to jump right into it with our first question.
Okay.
Let's start at the beginning. How long have you two been married, and does it feel like the time has flown by?
Well, we've been married for 52 and a half years at this point. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
Long time.
Yes.
It doesn't seem as if it's been that long.
So, as we know that every great love story has a first chapter, how did your path first cross?
Well, well, three things happened. Um, it's a little long story, but I'll make it short.
Okay.
Okay. When I was working in New York, exchanging the train station, Bobby was working part-time at a floral shop in the subway. And he would always speak to me, but I tried to sneak by when he was there. Okay. So I was married before, so I just worked all the time, 2 jobs, whatever. So the lady up the hallway had Bobby come over, and I went to sell him some of my Avon or whatever. Well, I opened the door, and when I saw him, I said, "Oh my God, he is the man from the flower shop." So I sold him some cologne. Yeah, he bought a lot of it. But anyway, he as we dated, he drove me to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to visit my grandmother. And my grandmother, when we got there, he said, "Since we're not married, I'll sleep in a hotel." And my grandmother said, "No, you won't. You sleep right on the sofa, and Barbara will sleep in the bedroom." And then he bought her air conditioner because it was so hot. And she said to me secretly, "You better marry that one. You better
Oh,
catch that one."
Gotta have that air, especially in South Carolina. So you like, and he paying for air too? Lord, girl.
Yeah, gentlemen, and he paying for air? That's marriage
Yeah.
material, right?
And Bobby, is that how you remember the story?
Yeah, pretty much. At her grandmother's home, I realized that she really needed that air conditioner in the house. Luckily, I caught one on sale at Sears,
Mhm,
and we were able to install it before we left.
mhm.
Wow.
And the night that she spent with the air conditioner on, she said the best night's sleep she'd had in
Wow.
quite a while. It was a blessing for her, and it was a blessing for us, So,
Mhm.
we just enjoyed spending time with her, and we enjoyed that family time together.
Mhm.
So the first time you saw him, you were okay. Well, I don't know about this guy. Let me try to avoid him a little bit. I don't know what he's up to. Then when he showed up and he was the one that had ordered the Avon, how did you all start talking to each other differently from I don't know this guy, he's kind of a stranger. What was that first conversation like?
Well, he brought me flowers from that flower shop. Yes, I love flowers,
You
you
love
know.
flowers. So that
Yes.
was the key to her heart, those
Yes.
flowers.
And we
Mm,
dated different events we went on together and so forth.
wow.
Okay.
You
So
know.
that's how it just blossomed from there, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Literally.
I was.
Literally, right?
Literally.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So, take us back. What was dating like for the two of you at that time? So we had the time when you first met, and then we heard the wonderful story about the air conditioning. But
Um,
what was it like to date?
So did you get the butterflies when you would see each other?
well, I didn't get the butterflies until my grandmother said, "You
Mm,
should marry him." Yeah. So we really just dated, and I just didn't get connected, with him while we were dating because I was very cautious. I had to really get to know him because we didn't have counseling before. So I was trying to get to really know him.
So
So,
what were the red flags, as we say? What was it that made you feel like you should use caution when dating?
uh,
mhm.
Yeah, she was married before, but she never met anybody like me.
Oh, huh?
Watch out. Watch
Okay, that's right. Yeah, because you
oh,
buying air conditioners and stuff. So she don't know nothing about.
Right, right.
Our next question is, what were the memories that you have most about your wedding day?
well, chaotic for him. I'll let him tell you about that.
Yes.
But the memory is for me, I love orchids. And it was half my choir was the flower girls. And they all had orchids. And I had a bouquet of orchids. They were so beautiful. I
Mm.
just think about that. I love flowers just that much. So what was your day?
Well, I said it started out it started out a little hectic because I got a call early that morning that the flower order was ready. It was supposed to be delivered, but the guy that was making the delivery got tied up in Long Island. So I figured I would do it myself. So I left Harlem, ran down to Times Square, fully dressed in my tuxedo, driving my car down 42nd Street to get to the flower shop. On my way back, I ran into a parade. That tied up traffic. I looked at my watch. I should have been at the church half an hour ago.
An
I,
hour and a half.
I
Whoa.
was still in traffic. At that time, we did not have them things called cell phones.
Right, we did
So
not.
I called her. She said at the church, I guess, hour and 15 minutes
Upstairs.
upstairs before I showed up.
And what were you thinking, Mom? Were you thinking he may not show up?
Well, maybe the people thought that. But for some reason, I was just calm about it. I just knew he was coming. I just figured something must have happened, but I was just calm about it.
Well, we got married at a church in the Bronx. And from Midtown Manhattan to the Bronx, if you're traveling by car, it's supposed to be a little quicker than the subway. But my problem was running into traffic.
Mhm.
They were having an event at Yankee Stadium,
Mhm.
and I had to go by Yankee Stadium to get to the church.
Mhm.
It
Wow.
got congested again, so that's where that hour and a half came into play on my wedding day.
50 years, he's still trying to explain it.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
But I
what
made it.
yeah, you made it.
I made it.
so what must have been going through your mind as you were sitting in traffic and you knew that
Well,
family,
Your
your
bride.
I mean,
bride,
Oh,
you're
Emma
stressed
made
out. I was stressed,
Oh,
to
he-
say the least. I was
Okay.
really stressed because I wasn't there.
Okay.
It had passed the time that we were supposed to be in front of the minister.
Oh, okay.
oh, wow.
But
Okay.
That's a story. That
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
story.
everybody cheered when I walked in that door.
Oh,
Wow. So, but what went well after you arrived?
Well, what went well was the fact that everybody kind of calmed down and relaxed. The ceremony began. My best man was there with his wife, and
Your sisters and brothers.
and my family was there.
Yeah.
My mother, my father, and I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters that were there also. There were 6 members of my family. And they were all there, and we enjoyed the ceremony once it got started.
What was the reception like?
Well, for most people who've been in New York can probably remember the Savoy Ballroom. And it was located at 149th Street in the Grand Concourse in the Bronx.
Oh, wow.
So we left from the Upper Bronx and went down to 149th Street.
She wanted to know how did it go?
It was very nice.
Yes, it
because when
was.
we got there,
Yeah.
they had pushed the time back a little bit for us because of the traffic. So
Yes.
it worked out very well. And by the time the evening fell, everybody was happy, you know, including the caterers. Yes, it was really good.
So at some point, you knew this was the real deal. What were the signs or little moments that gave you peace about saying yes forever?
Well, I would say it was making the adjustment of who and what she was, given her circumstances. I had to make a decision within myself. Not only do I love her, but I also have to love her children with the same capacity. At that time, she had a boy and a girl, and we kind of grew together. So I won favor with her children, and I also won favor with her grandmother. So it was comfortable for me because I kind of fitted right in.
And our whole wedding was free. I got the free.
Oh,
Yes. The
Wow,
girl
how
made
cool is
our
that?
dress, didn't charge us a penny. All the pictures was from my job. And the ballroom was free. It was his sister Diane who sung with this group, and they played for us. So everything was free. We were really blessed. Yes. That's why I knew this is really was right for us to do, because everything was free, you know. We didn't have to pay for the girls' dress. They bought it themselves. And it was amazing. It was just amazing.
Yes.
50 years, I'm still thanking God for that.
Yeah.
I know that's right. I
Mhm.
know.
And if you remember that little part-time job she was trying to generate they supplied all the that I needed.
yes.
All the orchids your heart could
And
desire.
flowers.
Yes, they did. They did.
I was
So
waiting for him to come back with that one. Eventually, I knew it was
Gonna
going
turn
to
it.
come back.
so everything is free.
Yeah.
So I
So
knew
what-
it was right.
Right. So that gave you kind of the comfort to know, hey, this is the right one. This is the one that I chose. I also noticed that your grandmother saying, yes, I like him, made a
Yes.
difference for you. You know, the family endorsing him and saying, okay, I like this one. So I thought that was significant as well.
And I trust her opinion.
So we all know that marriage is a journey with ups and downs. What are some things that have really worked for you along the way?
Well, we prayed a lot and God intervened when we had issues and trials. We just prayed and asked God to handle it, deal with it. And he did. He changed my heart on how I treated him and changed him on how he treated me. And through Pastor Fenton, you know, he took all the men on Saturdays and taught them how to be a godly husband. And everybody changed when we learned that.
And just to clarify, it was Pastor Apostle Fenton that you all have been under as the church leader for the past 40 years, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And so he took all the men from the church, and he was very intentional about teaching them about what being a husband was about and what being a man was about and some of those responsibilities.
Yes.
And you
He
saw
used
that
the
was
book Steel and Velvet.
Steel and Velvet.
Yes.
Okay,
Steel
Steel
and
say
velvet. What's
say yeah, what's Steel and Velvet? Say a little bit
Pop,
about that.
let us know what's steel and velvet.
Well, the the teaching was to benefit the men in the church who had not had fatherly direction and biblical direction on how to treat their mates.
Mm.
So that was the basis of
Mhm.
us coming and actually getting clarification on how to treat your mate in a marriage.
Mhm.
Okay, so there's some godly things that a man is supposed to do that are required of him. If he does not recognize it or he hasn't been taught how to treat his mate,
Mm.
then there's always that void that you have to learn how to do in a godly manner.
Mhm.
So by teaching the word of God
Mhm.
and the preparation
Mhm.
of the truths that you're actually living,
Mhm.
he was able to kind of weave us into understanding that certain things work
Mhm.
together for your good because of God.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All the women were happy.
Oh, now, Pop, correct me if I'm wrong. So I guess he was trying to kind of expose the men to the fact that, sometimes men have difficult and challenging things that they have to work through within themselves. That's kind of the
Yes.
steel part of it, where you have
Yes.
to work hard and be disciplined and all that. And then the velvet also is the part where you need to be open and empathic and listen and understand what people might be going through and be able to help them in that part. Is that where the steel and velvet kinda comes from?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a degree of steel, the preparation of a man being the head of the household, that's a provider for the household. But there's also a side of a man that should be the velvet, where you're taking very good care of your children and most paying attention to your wife and her needs. And if her needs are met appropriately, the rewards are
Mhm.
always an open expression of loving.
Mhm.
And if you can get that avenue to where it's solid
Mhm.
and the lines of communication between a
Mhm.
man and a woman
Mhm.
are solid and godly,
Mhm.
then it paves a way for the children to have an
Mhm.
example of what godly love is
Mhm.
before they leave home. As parents,
Mhm.
you are an example to your children. You
Mhm.
must lead them towards the word of God.
That's for Christian and non-Christians. That's life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay,
Awesome.
we
Oh,
heard that. We heard
absolutely.
that.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your relationship while you were married as well. Let's go a little deeper. Excluding your wedding day, what's been the best moment in your marriage so far? First, I'd like you to answer individually, and
Okay.
then I'd like you to answer together.
Okay. You got it. Ladies first.
We took quality time. We used to do
Mm.
it once a month. And we get to talk more. We get to iron out things that we don't like, in a loving way, but we had to let let each one know what's bothering us. And
Mm,
but it's
So
the quality times away.
okay.
wow.
So a lot of communication.
And I like how
Mhm.
you said, "Let the other one know what's bothering us."
Mhm.
I think that's a level of transparency. A lot of people don't wanna let the person know because they might be concerned that they're gonna hurt their feelings, or they may wanna
Right.
keep it a secret, but I think that's really, really
And
good.
and so what I hear is a lot of vulnerability because in
Mhm.
order to let someone know, you have to be vulnerable to let them into your space to
Mhm.
actually know what's going on. And that requires vulnerability and communication, understanding.
And honesty. We have to be honest to our mate. If nobody else, him.
Mm.
Mhm.
Is there one time in particular or one trip in particular that sticks out as a joyous a joyous time?
Honey, you wanna on the cruise?
Yes, we were blessed to be able to take a cruise.
Oh. married sons.
We
That was
have
the best time.
yes, we definitely have a son and his wife. His name is Elroy, and his wife name is Angie. And we were able to do that at a time when my son Bobby had gotten married to his lovely wife Jalivia. And we all went on that cruise together.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoyed our fellowship together,
Yes.
having our oldest son and his wife, and having our middle son and his wife together on the boat together. And
Yes,
we
we were
really
really
enjoyed.
blessed. We
We
were
were
really
blessed to be able to share
Yeah.
those moments together.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that was a special time.
That
I really
was.
enjoyed that.
That
That was
was.
we
Yeah.
still talk about that because they called us the smiley family because we were beaming the whole time. All 6 of us was walking around with smiles on our faces,
Yeah.
going to dinner, going to
Yes.
everywhere. So
Yes.
it was
Yes.
man, I think
Yeah.
it was a great trip.
It was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very
Mhm.
memorable.
Mhm.
We were so carefree. It was
Yeah.
just like, well, here we are, world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
And that was good.
we're gonna pivot just a little bit. Not every road is smooth. What are some
right.
pitfalls or things you'd caution others to avoid in marriage?
Well, I would say that life deals you a couple of hard knocks.
Mm-hmm.
And the way to really overcome situations is to keep the line of communication between you and your wife on the table, and you cover that with prayer from to God.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of that, God will open doors that you cannot see. Because if I can remember back, the day, I guess one of the most rewarding days for me was the day that the young man showed up to my door with an Air Force suit on and said, "Is this where Bobby Northern Jr. lives?" And we invited him in only to find out that my son had been accepted to the Air Force Academy.
Oh,
That was
Yes.
such a rewarding day.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And for him to give him that presentation in front of our whole church family
Yes.
really superseded and blessed any and everything that I have, done. It was really a rewarding day
Mhm.
to be standing there beside my son as he received his acceptance to the Air Force Academy.
That wasn't a crumb, honey.
Yeah,
That was
wasn't
a
crumb.
that wasn't a crumb.
That was the whole cookie, baby.
Yeah, I know that was
the whole
shoot.
cookie.
That was a
That
testimony.
was the whole cookie.
That was the whole cookie.
Wow. Well, I gotta say, how much the both of you contributed to that moment. It was amazing how the support, the love, the tough love sometimes, and sometimes just the very empathic love just taught me that is what is supposed to happen in a family, is that kind of love really creates an environment where someone can grow and someone can reach their potential. And so I am so very grateful and thankful to both of you for the sacrifices that you made, the challenges that you fought through, all of the things you had to put aside of things that you wanted to see that I had what I needed to grow and become who I was. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, we love you too.
You're very much welcome, son.
Yeah.
And
And thank you, because when we first started dating, I was like, is he real? Like, can somebody really be that kind and caring and considerate? What did your mama say to you to make you like this? Because you
Well, all I have to say is you never know what you'll find in a flower shop.
right?
Don't sleep. Don't sleep.
yeah,
Yep.
the reward is in the getting of the flowers.
Okay, as we close, what words of wisdom would you like to leave with our listeners?
Um, I would say first, make sure to get to know him because it's important to know the man and make sure your friends. See, friends is important. And then counseling is next. So make sure you do that. You have something to say?
Yes. At the age that you are, for the average man, you've been in training, you've had some training, but the world is a big education.
It is.
You may not have encountered everything,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're on this journey, God said when you seek out a wife, you find a good thing. She's like a treasure. And if you treat her like treasure, then the value enhances as you grow together.
Mm-hmm.
My best perspective is to say, if you're in it, win it. Love what you have and appreciate everything that comes your way. God has the key, open the door.
Wow, that is so, so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I think a lot of people are gonna be blessed
You're
that we
very much
heard.
welcome.
You're
Yes, yes.
welcome. Thank you.
And we love you.
Well,
Okay.
Well, it has been such a gift to hear about your journey. We just want to extend our appreciation for being one of our first guests.
And to everyone listening, we hope today's conversation leaves you with hope, laughter, and maybe even a little inspiration for your own relationship.
Until next time, this is Kisses and Crumbs. May your days be filled with sweet kisses and just a little sprinkle of crumbs.
There you go.
All right, we'll see you.